Well, I was covering the tsunami in 2004 and I was traveling all over Sri Lanka for about 3 months continuously, and I had loads of photos. And BBC, and at the time I was working for BBC News, and BBC used like 12 photos out of thousands. Then I thought, when I came back after 3 months, I just started downloading the photos and thought of like I should make use of these photos. So that's how I started blogging. Of course, yes. Because when I started blogging, people said, oh no, this is just blogging. And I was very strict that I should be covering what I have been covering before, and then I should make blog as a platform for journalism, and especially to promote ethical journalism, and then not to get involved in politics, or not to, and I have also decided not to put advertisements on my blog, because I thought if I put advertisements, there is no way that my message will get across. Good question, actually, to be honest, because I want to be identified as who I am already, and I don't want to use any other's name or go under somebody else's name or have a pen name, because if I talk about my own blog, I have covered issues like human rights, disappearances, war, peace time like ceasefire time, post-war, and of course culture, tradition and sports and so on and so forth. But when I have been covering certain sensitive issues like human rights, friends and couple of my colleagues have advised me to not to put the real name there. But I thought for a while and thought like, no, because otherwise it can be anybody, and I have established a name and a career. So if I don't use my name, the real message will not be there, and then it may not be connected to my job as well as the name. So I have decided to use my name, whatever I have been covering and will be covering. So I use my own name, and I think it's a good point to make that you have to use your own name. Otherwise, I have problems using somebody else's name or going for a pen name.
Is it a problem for you?
Yes, actually, I have put my email on my blog, so whoever is there on my blog right now can send an email appreciating or just sending me attacking emails and criticizing. So especially like when I covered the people who were protesting, the family members of the disappeared people from all communities, where they gathered under one roof, and it was like, for me, I was the one and only Tamil journalist and a woman who attended that conference in Colombo. But my colleagues who were there, who were non-Tamil speaking journalists, they said they did not understand what was going on, because it was mostly about Tamil, but they felt very sad. But for me, I understood the language, and for me, simply saying, it was like attending a funeral, because everybody started crying, from men to child to a woman, and even some participants who couldn't understand a single word which was spoken there, but they all felt very sad. So after covering, putting the pictures and then writing about it, I got criticisms from people abroad saying, this is just, usual in a war-torn country, so you have to really live with it. But for me, it's not so, because human rights violation is done by whoever, it's a violation. But then, like, because I have decided to take it over and then move forward, I took it up as a challenge, actually. And then I covered the second meeting, where I thought the same journalists will be there. Unfortunately, they were not there. But then I have decided to go through all the hassles of getting there, and then I covered it. But unfortunately, because of a lot of pressure from the authorities, they couldn't go ahead with the third meeting, which was very unfortunate. So, and then it was just one example, but whenever somebody criticizes, I don't give up at all. I take it as a challenge and move forward. Well, when I started off in 2004, people said it's just a blog, it's just nothing doing. You can't do journalism through blog. And I challenged them and said, like, I can do. And then I was very strict, and I am strict, and I will be strict that I don't put anybody else's um, creations or articles on my blog, because I can't take responsibility, and I don't know whether they are true or not. But on the other hand, what I do, my blog is dedicated for pure and ethical journalism, and then I do promote ethical journalism through my blog. And I'm very proud to look back to see that I have started off in 2004, and now we are in 2011. So I mean, the space is there, but then I have to make a decision of how and why I am doing blogging, and then it's up to me and the people who are out there doing blogging to put their own boundaries, actually, because even now I hear people, and then I was at a conference 3 days ago where people said, like, blogging and social media and new media is just like, it's not worth it, because it's like everybody can write about it. You don't really have to be a journalist to be a social media or new media person. But I have problems, people who say that, because it's up to you how you want to make use of this space, and then the media, new media which is available. And if you are strict about yourself, that you can make good outcome, as well as you can make others come and visit your blog every day, because when I started, people were just like coming and going, but now I know people ask, like, sometimes I kind of, when I travel or when I like don't have certain issues to cover which is in my interest, people just send me email, where are you, what's happening, why have you not posted anything new on your blog? So that makes me encouraged to do more. And on the other hand, I think we also have to be very careful of things that we do through blog. And then I know people who do use blog and Twitter and this new media to attack the fellow people, colleagues, and so on and so forth, which I'm not happy about, because you can't just do that. An adding point is that my blog was selected last year. I was one among 4 women activist international bloggers who we all gathered in New York to share our blogs and the challenges, and we encouraged other women all around the world to come into blog, and then make use of blog in a proper way, rather than using it for like fun, and like be serious bloggers rather than use it for fun. Well, I can add that people, especially women, and especially women in journalism or women in media, always complain that there is no space for them to write. I mean, when I started off journalism 18 years ago, I had to really fight for the space with the men dominated editorial. And I kind of, because I started off working for a local newspaper where the war was going on at the time, and they said, like, they said they couldn't allow me to go out on the street to cover certain events. So I thought, okay, this was not the place for me, and I'm leaving, and I left. I'm proud that I left at that time, and then I moved working from local media to foreign media, where I got a lot of encouragement, but on the other hand, they also depended a lot on me to make it happen, a lot of things during the war in Sri Lanka. So my advice and then kind words towards the young upcoming journalists who are women from all the communities, all the ethnicities, and whoever is working in English, Sinhala or Tamil languages, both in print, electronic and new media, I'm encouraging them and I'm asking them to make use of this new media and social media, especially the blogs, on your own, and then make it as a creative, and then use it for your own profession, rather than making it like more like fun based blogs or just something personally writing about yourself. So this is like when I started off, I did not have blog because at the time the new media wasn't there, but now it's available. So it's an advice to the young bloggers and who are women who always complain there is no space. But there is always space. It's up to you how you are going to make use of it.